Did you know in India more than 30 lakhs candidates are applying for a exam, especially for the government examination. But only 1% of the people are successful in getting a job. So what happens to this 99% of the people? Did all their hard work, sacrifice, everything goes waste? Or what mistakes are they making? First, after discussing with lot of aspirants, I found out that their mindset is wrong because they are thinking that getting higher marks will actually help you to cracking these examinations. But first understand one thing, this is not a school or colleges where you get higher marks, higher CGPS, higher grades is going to secure your job. This is a competitive examinations. That's what the name suggests. In this competitive exam, you have to move ahead of the 99% of people and secure the top 1%. I have written SBI PO exam where there is more than 10 lakh candidates apply for this exam and I have moved to 2000 vacancies. So what I did was I moved to the top 0.2 percentage. I'm not trying to flex here. I'm just saying the reality behind the exams. So what you should exactly do is what 99% of the people doesn't do. You have to beat the competition by doing different things. Actually gives you advantage into the competition. That's what you are going to do. So how exactly should you do? Let's see in this video. First of all guys, congratulations on finding this video because most people never want to change. They just simply want to get comfortable with their comfort zone and just they don't want to change and be with their stereotype routines. But you guys are actually different because you have actually found this video because you want to change and you have to know what is the reality behind it and you want to be more productive. And in my side, I will try my best to showcase what are the different things that you can do, different scientific methods, tips, tricks, and I'll try my best to make yourself productive when in the end of the video. So with said that, let's get to the first tip. Here the first tip is going to be when you wake up. When you start to wake up or when you go to sleep, this is the two important things. First, let me say when you are going to sleep. When you are going to sleep, first manifest, first imagine that you are going to secure that thing. Like example, let's say you are preparing for a competitive exam. You are going to secure a job. Just keep that in mind. The job is for you. Just say it daily before going to sleep. Just say, I am going to secure this job. Just imagine yourself in the office where you are going to work and do this every night before you are going to sleep. And in one day, that will actually become your reality and you will thank me later. The next thing you are going to do is while wake up. What you are going to do in the wake up? Now, while you are going to wake up, you have to say that today is the best day. Today I am going to be productive. Today I am going to get the best out of it. Today I am going to utilize every time possible and I'll make use of the day positively. This is what you are going to do when you start to wake up. So guys, the next thing I'm going to say is very important. You have to get sleep of around more than 7 to 8 hours because that will actually help. You know, there are a lot of things like the melatonin, circadian rhythm, but I'm not going to talk about this because that will actually confuse you a lot. Just simply sleep in the night. Just don't keep an alarm clock because your body has an internal clock which is known as circadian rhythm and it will actually wakes you up automatically. So you don't have to hurry about that. If you are sleeping more hours, then you are actually carrying sleep death. The sleep death means it is the same like the loan. The sleep is actually the loan. It will actually increases when you don't sleep well. Try to sleep daily and reduce the sleep death. And one day you see there will be no sleep death for you and that's how 7 to 8 hours of sleep will actually makes you productive. So now after you wake up, just understand one thing. Drink the hot water. Why you have to exactly drink this hot water is just it makes you to feel fresh and it actually hydrates your body because when you sleep you will actually lose the hydration in your body. You will be dehydrated. So if you want to feel fresh, first thing in the morning do drink hot water. Why exactly hot water is maintaining the gut health and also increasing your digestive productivity. So these are the things are the benefits of drinking hot water first thing in the morning. You have just slept for more than 7 to 8 hours. So your muscles have been tightened. So what you have to do now is you have to loosen the muscle. You can do exercises, you can do flexing and even Surya Namaskar is also a great exercise that you can do to improve your flexibility. Just understand one thing. Just do something that helps you to get your adrenaline running. Now after doing this, if you are going to study, just start it. Now you will feel fresh. If you still hasn't feel fresh, just take a cold shower because after taking a cold shower, your adrenaline will be running very high and that time your hormones will be in a stimulated position. So that time when you start to study, you will be feeling very fresh and you will not lose your concentration. Still, some people are saying, after doing all this, I can't still be productive. I can't just focus. just do one important thing. You are just going to include meditation in your daily routine. You can actually meditate in the morning and you can actually meditate in the evening. I prefer to do both. I will do meditation in the morning and meditation in the evening, which actually helped me to concentrate and focus on a particular thing and being more productive. When you start to meditate, you will see yourself change in your life. Actually, most people ask me why you go for caffeine free. I don't drink coffee, tea or any caffeine substance. Why did I exactly do that? It actually looks like it makes you feel better. But understand one thing. It is just a stimulant agent. It will actually stimulate your brain for just half an hour or 1 hour. But after that, it will just disappear. And you can't see productivity and you will feel again the sluggishness. So what you want to do is just completely stop this caffeine. And I am suggesting is because after you stopping it, you will feel 10 times more productive. And I actually experienced it. You will actually have the withdrawal symptoms for 1 day or 2 days depending on the addiction. But trust me guys, after these withdrawal symptoms and you see that you don't need a tea or coffee or any caffeine substance to make you feel productive. So guys, now you want to actually study. So how much minute you have to study? There is no actually an exact time that you want to study this time. You can follow the Pomodoro technique. So what exactly this Pomodoro technique is? You might actually hear this word many more times. But let me say a different perspective of how you can use this Pomodoro technique. Very simple. Usual routine is just study for 25 minutes and take a 5 minutes break. And 25 minutes, 5 minutes break. And you can study for how many hours you can, and this will be very effective technique. But what I am saying is just keep a timer and see that how much minutes you can read. And then when you feel like lacking focus and concentration, just note that time. Just stop the timer and see how much minutes you have actually read. And take only 5 minutes break. And this 5 minutes break is very much effective because at that time you don't want to do things like watching social medias, doing distraction things and stimulating your brain. You can actually do many things like walking, running, skipping and any other things that don't actually stimulate your brain. You can actually note this timer and take 5 minutes break. And you keep on doing that. Let's say you are reading for 30 minutes. What you have to do is next time you try to lose the focus after these 30 minutes, you have to focus and study for more than 30 or 40, 60 and you have to improve this timing. And one day you can see that you can continuously read for these minutes and you have to take that 5 minutes or 10 minutes break depending on how you have read. But taking that break is very much important. And for me, I have studied for more than 1.5 hours and I take only 10 minutes break. The break is actually very essential. And I sometimes even take 15 or 20 minutes depending on the intensity of my studies in the previous time. So these are the things very important in the Pomodoro technique. Now the second technique I am going to reveal is very important. You have overcome this word many times, which is known as dopamine detoxification. So what exactly this means? Dopamine detoxification is very simple. You have to disconnect your brain from every stimulating agents. As I mentioned, stimulating agents are something like the social media, the television and everything that actually stimulates your brain. This also includes porn. So you have to cut all this. You have to completely stop them and you have to give your brain sometimes to recover the damage you have done by these things. Just understand this. These things are known as cheap dopamines. Cheap dopamines are something that will actually gives you a good happiness with little or no efforts. By doing this, you are not going to put any efforts. You are going to get happiness with little efforts. But by doing hard work and dedication, you can get into the competitive examinations. So your brain will not prefer to do this hard work and get to the competitive examinations. They'll simply move to the cheap things like the video games, social medias, addictions, porn and etc. and get to the instant gratifications. The instant gratification is going to kill your success. So don't do this. This is very important guys. The reality is it will actually take a very long time for your brain to recover from these addictions. But trust me guys, after you did this, your brain will work at its full capacity and you can easily get anything you want in your life. The third tip is increasing your serotonin. What is this serotonin is? Just understand it is a happy hormone. You can increase these happy hormones by doing things like meditating, exercising, getting sunlight, by playing outside. These are the things that will actually help you in improving your serotonin level. And the fourth important tip is decreasing your stress hormone cortisol. This is very very important because stress is actually important, but too much of stress is actually going to break you down. So how you can exactly do is by meditating, or you can do things like taking a deep breath and slowly releasing the breath. This is how you can actually decrease your stress hormone cortisol. So the fifth tip is you actually know you have two brains, the left brain and the right brain. To activate your left brain, you have to do something in your right hand. To activate your right brain, you have to do something in your left hand. One simple thing that I actually like is doing different things in different hands, like this. Just keep a piece in one hand and OK in one hand. And now just simply try to change them like this. This will actually be hard first time, but after a lot of practice, this is something you can actually do at your free time, which will actually boost your brain. While I'm saying is that while taking your breaks, you can actually do this. This will actually be easy with a lot of practices. It helps you to activate the both sides of the brain, works your brain at a full capacity. There are a lot of other methods you can also do, like using your non-dominant hand, which means the hand, if you are right-hander, then left hand is a non-dominant hand. If you are left-hander, then right hand is your non-dominant hand. By practicing with this non-dominant hand, you are actually using this unused neurons. Like this way, you can do lot of things, lot of ideologies to make your brain works at a full capacity. So the next thing is people always say is, I get sleepy at the afternoon. What should I exactly do? This is very simple. You can actually take a nap, but first taking a nap will be really hard because you might have slept for more than 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. Some people does this. What I am exactly saying is just try to sleep around 15 to 30 minutes. There will be 3 sleep cycles and I don't want to go deep in that. Just understand it like this. Before you go getting to the first sleep cycle, you have to sleep that 15 to 30 minutes, and when you do that you will actually feel better. But first time it will be really hard to wake up, but if you keep on waking up for more than, let's say, 1 or 2 weeks, after the third week, you will actually feel fresh, actually be more productive in your afternoon than in other times. And one more thing is, why exactly you get this afternoon sleep is very simple. When you wake up, sleep hormone melatonin will start to secrete. And in the afternoon time, it will get to its peak because you have slept at the night. And you wake up at the morning somewhere around, let's say, 5 or 6. So it will be slowly rising up, and in the afternoon, it will be at its peak. At the time after eating, the stomach will consume a lot of energy and your brain will simply feel tired and wants to sleep. Most people will prefer to say it as a afternoon dip. You can just get out of this afternoon dip by taking a power nap. But one thing is, if you try to get more than 30 or 40 minutes, you'll feel more tired than getting the nap. So don't do that. Just keep it limited within 30 minutes. And one more important thing is, just try to limit taking the nap before the afternoon, because after afternoon you have to sleep at the night. It will actually disturb your sleep schedule. So don't try to take naps at around somewhere around the late evening, somewhere around the 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, because you want to have a complete sleep around the night. You don't want to mess up around your sleep. So with that said, most people will ask me, should I be an early bird or a night owl to crack an examination? There is no such thing. This is just a myth, because most people like different things. This is a very simple theory. By waking up exactly at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock is not going to make any difference. Just understand what a night owl is. Night owl is a person who just studies for the night time and sleeps around somewhere in the 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or let's say in the midnight. These are the peoples are known as night owl, and they will wake up somewhere around morning really late, like the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or somewhere around that. And what is a early bird is very simple. These persons are the working persons who will actually sleeps at somewhere around the 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock and wakes up around 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. These guys are known as early bird, and the previous set are known as the night owls. For a competitive exam, sometimes the exam will be at around somewhere around the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So what I am suggesting is, just don't try to sleep too late in the night. And with that said, I also want to say one more important thing before going to sleep. I see most of the people are saying, if I try to sleep, I can't immediately sleep. I am just feeling tired that I can't sleep, and it takes more than 1 hour or 2 hours to go to sleep. So this is the problem. What exactly happening here is, you are actually messing around with your melatonin level. The melatonin, actually I have said, it is the sleep hormone. This sleep hormone will actually help you to sleep. But when you start to stimulate it by using your phones or electronic devices, it will actually mess around and think it is a daytime. You will actually sleep at your night time. When you watch these electronic devices, the rays coming from it trick your brain and thinking that it is a day and it doesn't sleep. So that's why you should not use your mobiles or any blue light emitting substance before going to sleep. Let's say around 1 hour or minimum 30 minutes before going to the sleep. And you can do things like revising what you have done, the notes you have taken. You can actually read books at this time. These are the things that actually helps you increasing the sleep quality. Trust me guys, after doing this, when you start to wake up in the morning, you will feel very fresh and you will be very happy about that. Just understand one important tip guys. You don't want to be like the 99 people are making the mistake of watching social medias of watching the cheap dopamines actually that I have mentioned before. These cheap dopamines doesn't help you to become what you want in life. It will just give you instant gratification. Instant gratification doesn't going to help you with winning. If you want to beat the competition and want to move to the top 1%, then you have to leave everything behind. You want to be the new person. You just don't want to waste your time in simply using the social medias or watching some series, binge watching them. I don't exactly say you to completely stop. Just limit them to small things. You can also refer my Don't Study Hard, Don't Study Smart video where I have given additional tips and additional helps. So make use of these guys, and if you find it useful, just try to follow them. And one more important thing is you won't see results in just one day in after doing all this. You just have to do this regularly. Let's say for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and in the fourth week you will surely see the improvement. And I wish you success for all you guys in preparing for your competitive examinations. And thank you guys.